Ethan had always been the kind of guy who rolled his eyes at love facts on the internet. He'd scroll past posts that said things like, eye contact can make people fall in love faster, or if someone likes you, they'll mirror your body language without knowing. To him, those things felt like silly trivia. The kind you laugh at for a second and then forget. But that was before Claire. They met at a mutual friend's small gathering. A quiet night with music playing low in the background and everyone sitting around in circles. Ethan had been telling some random story about his worst cooking disaster when Claire, sitting across the room, burst out laughing, not the polite kind of laugh, but the kind that comes from the belly. When Ethan's eyes found hers, something strange happened. She didn't look away. Her gaze lingered just a second too long, steady and soft. Later Ethan would remember one of those facts he once dismissed: holding eye contact releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Maybe that was why his chest felt lighter. Why her presence didn't feel like pressure, but like calm. Over the next weeks, they began to talk more. Coffee after class turned into long walks in the park, which turned into late-night phone calls. Claire had this habit of tilting her head when she listened, her hair falling over one shoulder. Eyes locked on him like he was the only voice in the room. Ethan had never felt so sane. He noticed little things too. When he leaned back in his chair, she leaned back. When he crossed his arms, seconds later, she did the same. At first he thought it was coincidence, but then he remembered. People unconsciously mirror the body language of those they like. And suddenly, every movement felt like a quiet confession neither of them had said out loud. Still, love wasn't just sweet signs, it was uncertainty too. Ethan found himself checking his phone more often than he cared to admit. A little vibration, a little notification, and his heart would race. If it wasn't her, he'd feel a sharp drop in his stomach. It was ridiculous, he thought. He was acting addicted. But again, psychology explained it. Waiting for someone's text activates the same brain region linked to craving and addiction. One night they walked home under golden streetlights, their shadows stretching long on the pavement. Claire shared a story about her childhood, a memory she admitted she never talked about. It was about losing her grandmother. About how silence in her house afterward felt heavier than words. Ethan didn't interrupt. He just listened, really listened. And when she finished, she looked at him in surprise. Her voice softer. "You were the first person I've told this to." He remembered another fact. Sharing vulnerability deepens intimacy far more than casual conversation ever could. That night, Ethan realized love wasn't built from flowers or gifts, it was built from trust. From quiet spaces where silence could mean safety. But doubts still lingered. Did she feel the same? Was he imagining things? He wanted proof. Then he recalled a simple fact: when someone is attracted to you, their pupils dilate when they see you. The next time they met in a little bookstore, he noticed it. Just a flicker in her eyes, but it was real. Science had confirmed what his heart already knew. As months passed, their connection grew stronger. The facts he once mocked became the invisible map guiding him through something he couldn't explain otherwise. The eye contact, the mirrored laughter, the confessions whispered in late-night calls. Even the silly little things: the way she always remembered his favorite tea, the way he noticed her favorite song playing and turned up the volume. Each moment carried weight. And maybe the greatest love fact of all wasn't about hormones or brain scans. It was this: love is not just about finding the right person. It is about recognizing the million little signs that whisper, "You're safe here. You're seen. You matter." For Ethan and Claire, those signs were everywhere. Not in grand declarations, but in the silent language only they seemed to speak. And that was the language Ethan never wanted to stop learning.